Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? It's Anelli here.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing? Matt Antonelli here. Today we're going to talk about the Marisnick Lucroy collision at the plate. I've been asked by a lot of people to give my thoughts on it, so we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. I'm going to kind of get this going here for a second. If you haven't seen it yet, 10-10, bottom of the eighth, fly ball to right field with a man on third. Here comes Marisnick, and he absolutely crushes Lucroy. Lucroy ends up with a concussion, a broken nose. Really rough scene to watch here. And here it is again, a couple different angles. Such a scary play. I want to talk about a couple things as we keep watching it. First, it's crazy to think that not that long ago, you were allowed to just destroy the catcher if you wanted to. Like, you literally got a 90-foot running head start to a catcher that had to focus on catching a ball, and you could just pretty much do whatever you wanted to try to send him to the hospital. And it's crazy, it was allowed. Like, you could do it. And it took a lot. It took so long until the Posey rule and Buster Posey, got crushed and was out for the year, that they finally implemented a rule to protect the catcher. So I think that's the first thing that when I watch this, that it just reminds me of, geez, what were we doing in baseball allowing that? I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people are like, this is the way the game's meant to be played, hard-nosed, tough, like that. To me, this is insane to let somebody be able to run that hard and just crush a guy. So obviously, I'm really happy that the rule is now in place. That's the first thing. Second thing is, a lot of people have asked me if I thought it was on purpose. I've seen people sending me messages saying, it's a dirty play and all this stuff. Listen, Marisnick, he sent out a tweet talking about his thoughts, and I'm going to go in slow motion here and show this. Basically, what he said was that, he was running. He was going to go outside. So let's just kind of fast forward here, and we'll kind of show it. Okay, so here he comes. So he's coming down the line right here, and you can see he's running to the outside here, right? And what happens is, with the new Posey rule, basically the catcher cannot block the plate. So the catcher has to give the runner some plate to slide to. So what the catchers do is they set up just slightly in front of the plate, and what usually always happens is they give the runner the outside part of the plate, that outside lane, and the runner's going to run and he's going to slide into the outside. And so the catchers are used to catching the ball here and then basically dropping to a knee and applying the tag to the left. All right, so that typically is what happens now with the Posey rule. So here comes the ball. Marisnick's on the outside. Lucroy's about to catch the ball. And what you're anticipating as a runner is that he's going to try to slide this way and tag you. And so what Marisnick does is right off of this step right here, and we get a better view in a second, he plants his right foot, and I think he's anticipating this, and he says, well, I'm going to cut back to the inside. So when Lucroy goes left, I'll go left also, and I'll get in there safe. And he said he was going to head first slide, is what he said. The problem is when he plants here and goes back to the inside, Lucroy hasn't even caught the ball to slide left yet. So now they're both on the inside. Marisnick's going to dive head first, and right here, boom, he just absolutely crushes him. The ball pops out. Lucroy's laying down on the ground, has no clue what planet he's on. They originally call safe, and then they review it, and they say he's out. All right, let's check this view again. So here he is on the outside here. Boom, he plants with his right foot, tries to cut back on the inside. Again, Lucroy stays on the inside, and they hit. And this last view gives you even a better view here of the plant and then the cut to the inside right here. So I would say, he's not, in my mind, and I know it's hard to really tell, but in my mind, he's not trying to take him out here. He's just trying to get to the inside and score. And you can see almost, as he's going into the head first slide right here, he kind of realizes, like, oh boy, this is going to be bad. And so now at this point, you just cover up and, be prepared to get hit. or lay a hit on somebody. And it's, oh. You know, especially in these plays, there's a lot of plays in baseball. I know when you're watching it and you see it in super slow-mo and high def, you know, things look so slow, and it's like, oh, you know, you could have made a move one way or the other. You could have got out of the way. But there's a lot of plays that I've had in my life where when things happen so quickly, you don't even know what happens. It's like, sometimes you almost like black out. And so things are happening really quick, and you've got to make split-second decisions. And obviously this one just turned out to be a poor one, but I don't think there's any intent by Marisnick to do this. Guys have come out, you know, there's been like Yadi Molina came out and said it was a dirty play. There's been people that said it's a dirty play. There's also been a lot of people that have come out and said he's a great guy. He would never try to hurt somebody, and this is just one of those freak plays. So I don't think you can be mad at him for making it a dirty play. You know, you could say, hey, man, like, you can't do this. You can't try to cut across last second and run a catcher over. Like, you've got to just stay on the outside, and if you're out, you're out, and if you get in there and you're safe, then beautiful. All right, so that's my second thing. The third thing is reversing the call. So having a safe call and then changing it over to an out, basically because, again, of the Posey rule. So I pulled up the Posey rule, and the thing that you've got to, so it states a couple things. One, it talks about how the catcher's got to give the runner a lane to slide into the plate. You can't block the plate if you don't have the ball. And I would say that he's not blocking the plate. I'd say he's to the inside. So this is where the catcher's typically set up, right on the inside, and they give the runner's coming down. He's typically going to be in foul territory, and he's going to have a lane to slide to the plate. I think Marisnick would have a lane if he didn't come back into the inside. Okay, so I think that's fine. Now, as far as the runner goes, it says, the rule states, a runner attempting to score may not deviate from his direct pathway to the plate in order to initiate contact with the catcher or other player covering home plate. So the beginning is, I don't think he deviated from his path to initiate contact, but it's hard to tell intent, and contact was initiated. Obviously, he destroyed Lucroy. It also states that the failure by the runner to make an effort to touch the plate, the runner's lowering of the shoulder, or the runner pushing through with his hands, elbows, or arms would support a determination that the runner deviated from the pathway in order to initiate contact with the catcher in violation. So let's look at that again. So the failure for the runner to make an effort to touch the plate, or the lowering of the shoulder, and even though, you know, I don't think he lowers the shoulder here to run the catcher over, he definitely, you know, he's starting to lower. I mean, that's a lowered shoulder right there, and it's probably to brace he's about to make a ton of contact here, so it's somewhat to protect himself also. But I think you've got to say that that's a lowering of the shoulder and not really an effort to touch the plate. Right? He's basically just bracing for contact. He doesn't push through with his elbows or hands or arms, but I do think there's a lowering of shoulder, and I think reversing the call is perfectly fine. And we're trying to limit or eliminate these type of plays, and so I think you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the catcher, because this is probably the most dangerous play in baseball, and you can ruin a guy's career, and you can ruin a guy's life when it comes to concussions, especially what we know nowadays about concussions. And so I just think that, I think the rule is in place for a reason. I think it's a really smart rule. I think anyone that says that the rule is stupid and we should go back to trucking catchers is either insane, or they just haven't played baseball before, or maybe they're just not a nice person, because I don't think anyone in their right mind would want to be standing there and have a 220-pound player, maybe bigger, running full speed with their type of athleticism and speed, and just saying, go ahead, buddy, just give me everything you got and send me to the hospital. So I think the rule is right. And I think in this instance, I would have reversed the call also, and I would have made it an out call. I know some people don't agree with that, but let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of, again, the play, of the reversal of the call, anything that you guys have to say, and we can chat about it there. So thanks again. I appreciate you guys commenting and asking me to talk about this, because originally I hadn't seen it. I've been so busy lately, but I was able to go back and check it out. And That's all we got. Check out all our other videos. We've made thousands of them. Give it a thumbs up. Share the video with all your friends, all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you later.